Hello, dear viewers. Thank you so much for joining me for your pick a card reading, pick a pile reading. I have 4 different decks here, actually. Cards from 4 different decks. And the question is, what does this lunar eclipse bring to you? What does it usher into your life? What should you know at this time? Choose a stone. Choose the stone that draws you. Your magical intuition can help that. And if you don't feel the magical intuition today, just pick the one your gut says. Pick that one. All right, and we'll begin. Okay, for those of you who chose the beautiful Madagascar agate, we have the 2 of candles, which would be the 2 of fire, which would be the 2 of wands. This, oh, by the way, I was going to show you the decks. This is the Nightmare Before Christmas deck. And then, oh, we have an extra, oh, no, we don't. We have the 10 of potions. That would be the 10 of cups in a classic Rider-Waite. All right, and then we have the Light Seers deck next. And that is the 3 of Swords. Interesting. And the Hanged Man. Okay, your first major arcana. All right. Interesting. I'm sorry, this is the 5 of Cups. I don't know if I said something different. Probably did. And we have the Arcanum deck with the lovely art. We have the Hermit. Your next major arcana. Put him by the Hanged Man. And you've got the Ace of Cups. Some help from Source. Marvelous. All right. And in the classic tarot box, we have the Temperance Angel and the King of Swords. Okay, we're going to put your major arcana here. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. All right. Oh my. So much is going on in your mind and in your emotions. So, there may be a decision to be made. The 2 of Wands, or there are 2 competing important priorities for you, or 2 people who have their own way to go. Maybe you move back and forth between the 2 of them. Maybe you are one of them. We got the 5 of Cups, so that a lot of times is looking back and with some sadness and some regret or some loss, some disappointment. Even though we've got 2 cups standing, right? I love this card. 2 cups standing and full and to be enjoyed. So there's something about moving into looking at what you have, what is standing, what looks hopeful. The 3 of Swords. Something has been difficult. Something has been difficult. And it's something that has been difficult before. It's not anything new because we have the 3 of Swords. In other words, it's sort of a repeating thing. And maybe it's hurtful to you. Or maybe it's not necessarily hurtful, but it could be just a source of negative emotion, negative thoughts. Because they are swords, so those are thoughts. So there's something of a head game going on here, isn't there? You know, I love that because that means that Source and our intuition can work together to straighten our head out, and we can have relief pretty quickly, or we can turn the corner and look at things a different way, which really profits us. We have the Hanged Man here, the Temperance Angel, and the Hermit. Okay, this is very much an inside job. Even though whatever it is that you find hurtful or is causing you some heartache, some repeated kinds of troubles, even though that's coming from the outside of you, the answer's coming from the inside. The Hanged Man, the Hermit, the Temperance Angel, powerful major arcana, and they all go together. Because the Hermit and the Hanged Man, they're both meditating. The Hanged Man says, I need to see things from a new perspective. I may not be able to move yet. I may not be able to make the change I want to make yet. I may not be able to take that step. But what I can do is allow myself to have a new perspective. I can welcome Source's input. And maybe that's what you're doing here, listening to this reading, pile number 1. I can welcome Source's input. And then being enlightened, I am at peace. That I am at peace with needing to be in a delay or not being able to act yet on this, not being able to move forward yet. It's okay. It's okay because my mind has been enlightened. I have peace. I have vitality. The Temperance Angel, look at the same, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The Temperance Angel has the enlightenment around her head as well, or his head. And we have the Hermit. Where's the enlightenment for the Hermit? Around the heart. Wow. Oh my gosh, you guys, there's something powerful. Spirit is coming to meet you where you are. So yeah, this is clearly get out of your head. If there's some emotions that were very sad with the Five of Cups and there was a loss that was very sad, you know, Source cares about that. We don't, even though I do think as we grow spiritually, we hope that we can spend more time in a more enlightened kind of viewpoint, spend more time in the I am, just being and having peace. The fact of the matter is, we're all learning. And just when we think we have some things figured out, that's when life brings another curveball. So it's okay. And this is not about a curveball coming, by the way. This is about a breakthrough coming. Yeah, so this enlightenment is for our minds and our hearts. But this comfort from Source, the Ace of Cups, that's for the pain. That's for the pain. That's, oh my goodness, have you ever had a meditation where you were just held by your angels? And you just were held. And there was nothing you needed to do. You were soothed and you were healed. You can have that anytime. There's no blame ever. For even if sometimes we make our pain worse by dwelling on it. Well, that's what human beings do. You know, we came to this plane and agreed apparently to forget so much that we have to now rediscover. That's what we're admired for taking that on. We're admired by the heavenly beings for taking that on. We're nurtured. We're loved. There's compassion for us. So the Ace of Cups brings you some compassion, some healing, maybe some joy. The King of Swords brings you clarity. So this enlightenment is spiritual. This breakthrough, this, oh my gosh, I see it in a new way. And it's a way that helps me to accept the way things are. The King of Swords means your thoughts are involved in this too. This is also logical. So the enlightening ideas might be just what is logical. You know, sometimes our emotion keeps us from seeing things logically, especially if it's an emotion that's kind of tied up in some theme from the past that's kept happening. Some relationship perhaps that keeps bringing some heartache. It sometimes makes it difficult to see logic. And then when our emotions are ministered to, when we have help from the Temperance Angel, when Source comes to us and brings us a new way of looking at things. Then we see, well, oh, this makes sense. Oh, this is just logical the way I'm seeing this. And then there's freedom and there's clarity about priorities. There's clarity about where you're going. There's more sense of adventure than dread. There's more looking to the future, like the 2 wands, the 2 cups upright. There's more looking to the positive, looking to the future with anticipation. This is lovely. This is absolutely lovely. And you know, this to me is Source coming to you with the enlightenment. Please don't try to figure it out. Do not strive. Do not try. Do not think, what should I be enlightened about? What am I missing? No, no, no. This is about Source bringing that. And first through your emotions, by the way. So I think when I get powerful cards like this, I think I want to strive. I want to figure it out. But then I remember it's not going to come through my brain. It's not going to come through the mind, the brain of this person I've created during this lifetime. It's not going to come that way. It's going to come through my soul. So, and coming through the emotions first is very important to that. So the healing, I think the healing and the love and receiving that. And just trusting Source, all the spiritual energy to bring you the breakthrough or the clarity that you need, that frees you from some suffering. Yeah, you can't come to Source. Source is coming to you. So sometimes it's nice to ask and surrender and just be then. Go on about your day, be. Or do something very sensate, or if you do meditate in the kind of focusing and not thinking meditation, that's wonderful too. You do not have to figure this out, but just know that there's some clarity coming that's going to be freeing. And you know, it probably will be some aha moment, but it might not even be that. It might just be that things start, things that have been jumbling around in your mind and difficult to sort out because of the sadness, because of the negative emotion, all of a sudden they all start falling into place. And you just wake up the next day with a clarity about it. Sometimes it's not our situations that change immediately. First, our emotions and our understanding of it changes. And maybe that's the most important part. Not to say that Source will leave us with a circumstance that is very difficult. That change is coming too. The good change, the factual change you want to see, you can ask for that, and that can be coming too. But in the meanwhile, there can be such a change in how you think and feel about the situation that you feel very free. So that's what I see for your reading, pile number 1. My goodness, that's beautiful. Okay. Now, for those of you who chose this beautiful pink heart, all right, from the Light Seers Tarot deck, we have the King of Wands and the Emperor. Ooh, you've got your first major arcana. And the King, also very powerful energy here. From the Arcanum deck, we've got the Tower. Wow, with the Emperor. I do not mind this combination at all. And the Hanged Man. Ooh, even better. Okay. Closing this box here. From the Classic Tarot deck, we have the Knight of Wands. We'll put him by the King. And we have the 5 of Swords. A Victory card. From the Nightmare Before Christmas deck, we have Oh, goodness. I had to look at the print. My eyes are not what they were. We have the Death card. That's an end to something. And we have the 9 of Candles. That would be fire sign. So 9 of Wands. All right. Interesting. So much power here. You know, the King of Wands, I'm going to put your major arcana all together. Very interesting. But you do have a king here and a knight. Maybe feeling guarded, maybe feeling a little beleaguered. Or, a past hurt with the 9 of Wands may be affecting you today. All right. I love this powerful take charge energy you have here with the king and the knight. That's energy. That's energetic. That's, I know what's most important to me. I move toward what my priority is. That's all very important. The Tower, the Death card, the Emperor, the Hanged Man. Something may be ending, and it may be ending quickly for some of you. It may be an ending that changes things completely, that really makes a huge change in your life. This could be a change in fact. This could be a change in the way you're seeing things, like a jolt to the consciousness. It makes you perhaps end something, or makes you understand that something is over. Regardless of what this is, if this is a change in fact or if this is a change in perspective associated with the end of something, the Emperor energy is right there. You take charge of it. That's why I think for many of you, this could be a revelation, an epiphany, or a change in insight. Reality. Sometimes reality smacks us like this, right? And sometimes that's actually difficult, but sometimes it's freeing. Like, oh my gosh, this is the real. This is the really real. I see it clearly now. And sometimes that helps us put an end to something that needs to be ended, or it helps us to realize something truly is over. We truly are done with something and ready to move into a new chapter, a new way of looking at it. And the Hanged Man, that doesn't mean that you do have this take charge energy, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be able to make a change immediately, because we have the Hanged Man. There could be a delay for some of you as you really let it kind of sink in and gel, and because this is an enlightened man, right? He is accepting the delay. He is accepting the timing of the universe and saying, I'll let this settle. I'll let this settle. And thereby he figures it out. By surrendering, he figures it out. By letting it take the time it needs to take for him to really have changed his perspective, he gains a lot. I see purpose. I see take charge. I see. Now this 9 of Wands, you may have been embattled by something. That might be where I'm seeing this need for something to be done. Or even if something is ended and you didn't do it. I mean, this was something that came from without. And in fact, maybe it wasn't even all that welcome. Well, guess what? These major arcana, the Hanged Man, the Emperor, they tell me that you're going to be able to see it from a new perspective. You're going to be able to gain understanding. You're going to be able to take charge and move on to the next thing. Sometimes towers happen, and at first they seem like that's not a great thing for us. And then then we realize, oh my gosh, it's opened up a door that never would have been opened otherwise. The Hanged Man. So for some of you, if there's been a tower moment in your life, please understand that it's probably opening a door for you that you otherwise wouldn't have had. And it may take time to see that. It may take time to see what that is. I feel like this is very clearly, do not have self-blame here for anything. You're taking charge. You're being mature. Look at this. We have the King of Wands, the mature. You're moving forward. You're not stagnant. You're moving forward. Don't feel bad. The Nine of Wands could have you feeling a little beaten down. The Five of Swords, I do not know if this is a conflict you've been having with somebody who needs to win, just has to win at any cost, no matter what. Or if this is a situation where you've decided to cut something off because it just really doesn't work for you. Is that the ending? Is that the ending? Do you cut it? Do you cut something away? Whether that's something associated with people or a person, whether that is a way of thinking, you cut it off maybe. This is just a fascinating reading. But I really see very clearly in this that the energy that comes in here and here, you're going to be able to transform it. We're talking alchemy here. You're going to be able to transform it because you're strong enough to see things in a new way. You're strong enough to adapt. And even if that takes time, that's okay. The Hanged Man says that's okay. It takes the time it takes. But eventually you may see how this was actually the path to a better future. So interesting. Ooh, that was a good one. Yeah, I think you should be quite hopeful. And regardless, even if some things have been difficult, I think you should be quite hopeful with this reading. For those of you who chose the greenstone, we have, from the Arcanum deck, we have the Queen of Cups, and we have the Six of Coins, the Six of Pentacles. From the classic tarot deck, we've got the Knight of Swords. This is the Rider-Waite artistry, and we've got the Five of Cups. From the Nightmare Before Christmas deck, we've got the Eight of Cups and the Four of Candles, which is the fire sign, so it's like the Four of Wands. All right. And we've got the Devil from the Light Seers Tarot. We've got the Devil. Interesting. And we have the Nine of Coins, the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so your major arcana here is the Devil. Now, please do not be afraid, because we also have this Queen of Cups, suggesting to me you're mature in your understanding, you're mature in your intuition, you're mature in that compassion, that understanding of other human beings, that understanding of the multifaceted nature of relationships. So, goodness, we have the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups does tend to stay stable while the water rushes by. But this Devil, this could be bedeviled by, sometimes you're tied to someone, like in the classic tarot, in the Arcanum deck, there are two lovers tied to the Devil loosely. They can leave, but so there's a sense of this obsession or this difficulty freeing themselves from each other that keeps them there. Now, the Devil, I always say, plays a key role in the cycle of change, because the Devil kind of bedevils us, bothers us, makes us think about something way too much, maybe has us repeating a pattern and feeling kind of compelled, feeling like it's a little compulsive, kind of compelled, like we must. We have trouble leaving it alone. We have trouble surrendering it. And so sometimes this is addiction or excess in some area, but sometimes this is and sometimes, like I said, to be tied to somebody where you have to think about that way too much. Sometimes it's just some sort of situation. It could be worries that keep going around in your mind, but something bedeviling you. The purpose of the devil is to, I think it's our higher selves ramping up the discomfort, frankly, to get us ready to move, to get us ready to change, to get us ready to take the next step, to get us ready for perhaps a tower that could be coming that we would then welcome instead of feeling hurt by it. So there might have been something sad in the past for you with this Five of Cups, some disappointment. The Knight of Swords can be sort of conflict, like an aggressive kind of person. For a lot of you, this is associated with a relationship that has been on your mind, hard to get your mind off of. And maybe it's worries that are going around about it. Six of Coins. That's like a little generosity. Help if you need help, a little help if you need help. Being able to give if that's what you're in a position to do. Finding stability, security in that. And the Nine of Coins is sort of enjoying all that you've built. It's almost like, I almost feel like this is the after card, right? Because something has been difficult. The Nine of Wands, yes, something really has been difficult. Or no, wait, is that the Four? Oh, that's the Four. Let's see. It's hard with these Nightmare Before Christmas cards. They all look kind of dark, but the Four is very celebratory. The Four is, in the classic tarot, it's the beautiful, decorated castle, with the two people and the Four overjoyed with flowers. It's that one. So I put that by the Nine of Coins. Hey, something is ready to really kind of let go. Yeah, and this looks really dramatic, but I don't know that it is. I don't think it is for a lot of people. Because the Eight of Cups here, now that's where it's very similar to this Five of Cups. I'm moving these. That is where the person is sort of going off into the distance, walking off very peacefully, under the moon, guided by intuition, guided by the mysterious, feeling very at home with the mysterious, actually. And you get the sense that they're looking for what's missing, or it's not like it's a tragedy. It's not like they're in a tragic circumstance. They have 8 cups upright. It's just that. Maybe they're looking at their emotions. They're figuring out what it is they need, or just communing with nature, communing with their emotions in that way. There's nothing. It's a sort of a relaxed kind of, even lovely kind of exploration that you may do inside. You may take a walk for this. You may get away from everybody for this. That's how you turn this Five of Cups, the sadness, into something lovely with the Four of. There might be a celebration for some of you with this Nine of Coins and Four of Candles, Four of Wands. There really may be a celebration that has some luxuries involved. It's lovely. I almost wonder if this is somebody, this could be somebody offering that to you. It could be you're given something you need. I just feel like if you're down, you're given a leg up, you're given a little help. So it would not be a bad idea to accept if you're in need. If that presents itself. Also, this too is somebody who could afford to give and feel good about giving. Sometimes that helps us get out of whatever funk we're in. But you're the type of person with this Queen of Cups to be able to plumb the depths, to be able to take on what's going on emotionally, what's going on relationally for you, what's going on intellectually, what's going on in your brain. You're the type of person who has the strength to take that on. Some people would never take that on. It's just too much. Because this is, I feel like, combination between interactions with others that then trigger this emotional kind of cascade that you then transform. Absolutely. And then you end up with good times here. Yeah, the Queen of Cups, she'll take that on. Some people, they don't examine sources of unhappiness in their life. Sources of feeling driven or feeling compelled or bedeviled. You do. And that's why you can transform them. Sometimes the Four of Rods is a wedding. Sometimes it's moving into a new home, renovating your home, improving your home, the feeling about your home. The tenor, the relationships in your home. So sometimes it's that. But I do feel like with this Nine of Coins and Four of Wands, it is, and the Eight of Cups, it is very likely you may need to go somewhere. You may need to, this could be treat yourself. And there is something about the outdoors for many of you. Take a small journey, take a time out to enjoy what you have. And that's about this too. See, this man, he can turn around, he sees the two cups that he has. And then there's freedom from being bedeviled. Here, there's total freedom from that. Total freedom from that. You may need a little help. You may need to receive. Just because we don't have to do everything on our own, even if you're Queen of Cups and you're very resourceful and you have a lot of internal, emotional, and spiritual resources, still, we don't need to do everything on our own. Sometimes a little bit of help is nice. Now, that devil is really, might have involved sadness, regret, or conflict. But that devil's just not necessary by the end of this reading. Instead, you have joy and enjoyment of what is and allowing yourself. I feel like there needs to be some self-love here. And just enjoying and being and not thinking. Sometimes we think when we have a trouble. That's where we get bedeviled. We think and think. But really, we need to feel and feel. Feel what it is. Feel the sadness. And then go off and commune with our spiritual source to find freedom from that and even enjoyment. So this is a lovely reading, pile number 3. I thank you all so very much, and I hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful week.